Alright, hey everyone! Welcome back to another Wildewitch RP Live Play TTRPG session. What is Wildewitch RP? Well, that's me, Faye. Wow, I almost mispronounced my own name. Game Master and Storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We- We're a couple who love sharing stories, so much so that we quit our day jobs and we created our own company to create high quality and exciting TTRPG experiences full time and share them with you. And tonight we're playing D&D. This session features the Burning Veil storyline, set in our very own Velinara campaign setting. It's a deeply personal tale of trust, betrayal, magic, and magnificent ambition where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. With us at the table are several of the incredible players who have joined us on our grand endeavor. If you'd like to play alongside them, you're more than welcome to join us as well. You can ask in chat or hop over to our Discord to find out more. Now, speaking of our awesome players, it's time for introductions. Like I said, I am Faye, Game Master and Storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, bringing all of our background music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at Sirenscape.com. Now, let us meet our courageous, daring heroes. You may not be feeling very courageous or daring at this time. And we'll begin with an introduction for Bracken.
Who, me? Hey everyone, I'm Thresh. I play Bracken, a Kender monk fighter, who's really good at punching, but not good with words, and he makes the best of what he can with what he's got.
Amazing, amazing. Next up for our introductions, why don't we learn about Avi?
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and I play Avi. She is a half-elf bard sorcerer. She's constantly quietly singing or humming, and she's just a little spooky.
A half of part sorcerer, I'm sorry. Um,
I see that.
uh, amazing, lovely. We love a little spooky. Let's get an introduction for Cecil.
Hello, my name is Brent, and I play Cecil Darkholm. He's a Forest Gnome Cavalier who's been working through some tough mental and emotional time since being in Vale to Umbra. He's very excited to no longer be there. He's leaning on the strength of his friends, but also that of his sister, even though she's very far away. He's going to support his friends through whatever trials await them, and continue doing his best to keep his distant home safe.
We've got captions this week. Amazing. With that, we do have, of course, our changeling, but unfortunately, Bo cannot join us this evening, so she will be doing sea things. But we have a story to return to. When we last left off, you had been traveling through the Shadowed Repository, a labyrinthian library of souls, it seems. You found monsters and a potential friend in the form of Palandranis, who had asked you to help her find her own friend as you sought the figure Varro Ridley, as a payment of sorts. The Watchers of Witchmuck will help you with your veil-burned afflictions in return for finding and retrieving Varro for them. The Arboretum, where Therlandronis' friend lied, was between you and where you must go, and as you've been talking to the figures here, it seems that they know where Varro is. But due to a agreement already in place, we're not willing to give up that information. But perhaps through your own acts, you can overcome what has been negotiated. Enough that you can get the information that you need. But unfortunately, there seems to have been a bit of a ripple grown to a rift. At least temporarily. Perhaps longer. In your group. Frustrations mounting, distrust, despairs, all leading to a bit of an outbreak here. Primarily, Natriana and C were the ones talking it out, but you were all close enough to be able to hear it. And as we left off, Bracken, you were on your own. Very much a bit haughty. You knew this was going to happen. You didn't want to say it out loud, but anyone who can easily read people can see it all over your face. Avi, you were at the pond, looking over the still waters and listening to the sound of a babbling brook, unsure of where it comes from. Curled up, face pressed to your knees. Cecil, you are sort of caught in the middle of everything. You see Z crouched down, hiding in their cloak. Natriana sitting on a stone bench, having set her feet. You spot, of course, Avi near the pond, not terribly far from Natriana. And Bracken in the distance, just minding his own. There are, of course, the other people of the Arboretum that are present. But... no. What are you doing, all of you, as we begin again?
Cecil, seeing everyone kind of split off just to kind of reflect themselves, he's still ready to keep moving forward, and if no one else is feeling it at this time, he'd probably seek out Brother Lorindal himself.
Okay. So, there is a portion of the courtyard that opens up into the Tranquil Garden. This is where you had been pointed to in efforts of Brother Lorindor. You would see that in the garden there are carefully tended rows of otherworldly herbs, plants. Here you do see a gentle stream that runs through the garden. And a central tree in all of this has a figure kind of tending to it. Another is here, but she seems to be more focused on the smaller plants. Now, before we get too far with Cecil in the garden, Avi, Bracken, having been where you're at, having seen where Cecil had moved, are you at a point to follow, or do you stay back in your own business?
Nah, Bracken will follow.
So Bracken will join Cecil.
He's not gonna make a big thing out of it, but he will follow.
Avi is actually gonna slowly get up and start heading back toward the Hall of Ancient Scrolls.
Okay. So, I'll be going to the hall. Alrighty, so. We will get back to Abby in a moment. So, Bracken, you also see, of course, the garden, the tended rose, the gentle stream, and the tree in the center.
All right. I'll just keep making my way through, and that's Bracken's not one to keep eye on the environment, really.
Okay. So I'm assuming then Cecil and Bracken, you approach the figure by the tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. This figure turns, sensing your approach.
Are you Brother Lorindal?
Lauren Door, but yes.
That's what he said. But anyway.
I heard an L at the end, sorry.
Sorry.
Agree to disagree.
You are a very temperamental one.
Would you
We're
call
having
me?
a bit of a rough day, I'm sorry. We heard from the scroll keeper guy over in the library that you may need help with something.
Yes, I had spoken to Silvarian about my issues here. The elder tree has fallen. He faces towards the tree once more. I've tried most all of my normal tricks to help it back to health, but well, I think that there's only one thing that can save it at this point, and that is the Starshade Elixir.
What's the importance of this tree?
It is one of the oldest souls in the repository. And it creates the fruit work and the framings for the sanctuary of the Arboretum. Without this tree, well, we are no more than lost souls in the Labyrinthian Library.
All right, fair enough. So you know what we need to do to fix it. What's the challenge with getting your hands on this star-shaped elixir?
I do not have the recipe. It is lost within the halls of the Arboretum. Which is why I had gone to Silvarian and catalogs the scrolls, the information. He may have been able to assist, but it seems that he has not been able to. But once we have the recipe, we can, of course, gather the ingredients and brew the elixir, saving the elder tree.
So the recipe's just lost.
It's lost somewhere on the grounds of the Arboretum. Perhaps in, I would think, of course, in the halls of ancient scrolls, but it could be in the refectory or on the grounds somewhere. I'm unsure why it is lost.
Have you ever read it before?
I've no need of it before.
All right, that's fair. So it could be anywhere in those different areas.
It could be anywhere in the Arboretum.
That's a pretty big search radius.
It is, which is why I had asked for help. I'm not a figure whose ego is large enough to believe that I could do this on my own.
All right. Well, our motivation here is that we're looking for someone that it seems folks around here know where he is or know how to find him. That he's offered something to everyone down here, and we're trying to outweigh that so that we can find him.
Well, if it has been offered to everyone, it seems that you have a large amount of coins already stacked against you.
Well, I think if we were to fix this problem with the Elder Tree, which provides the whole framework for the place, I think that would go a long way, don't you?
A long way, yes, but the whole way.
Yes, right?
Perhaps you should spread your limbs, your branches wide, like the tree. Instead of touching
Right.
just one, touch all.
Could be a lot of branches. Okay. Well, I think. Do you have any description of what the scroll might look like, or is it just going to say, you know, the elixir on the top?
I would assume that it looks like any other recipe, which could be hard to discern from any other scroll. But it would have the name of the Starshade elixir. You'd be a fool not to label your own recipes.
Right. Okay. We'll have a look around and see what we can do. We're gonna go get the rest of our folks and our crew, and we're gonna find this thing.
Much appreciations.
My name's Cecil, by the way, and this is Bracken. Bracken, did you have any more questions for this fine gentleman?
No, I'm good.
All right, we're good. We're gonna go back to where everyone else was.
As you return,
As we leave, turn to Cecil, real Mr. Miyagi type, right? Ooh, we like many branches, huh?
Who's Mr. Miyagi?
It's from a famous play. You never seen it?
No, we didn't really have a lot of famous worldwide things where I'm from. Very localized. Not a great stage city.
Well, I mean, you know how it goes. Play happens, then people tell a story, and that story gets passed on, and that's how you hear about a famous play. You know, right?
We didn't get much news.
Man, that sounds like a boring town.
Yeah. Something like that. Mr. Miyagi, huh? Cecil makes a mental note.
as you make the mental note, as you return to that courtyard scene, you would notice immediately Avi is not where she once was.
Uh-oh. Somebody stole Avi.
Oh,
And it is here that we're going to break away from Cecil and Bracken and return to Avi. Is Avi? It's the SpongeBob caveman meme. But Avi, you return to the Hall of Ancient Scrolls. You would have a small shadow with you in the form of Thalendronix. She seems lost, almost.
I'm looking specifically for Solarian. I'm assuming he's right where he was.
Yes, Silvarian is continuing his work.
He had a lot on his plate. I'll walk up to him quietly.
Go ahead, just for shits and giggles, roll me a stealth check.
It's 6.
You feel like you're moving quietly, but as soon as you approach, is there anything else I can help you out with?
Well, yes, but I feel like um, I should apologize to you. Ever since we arrived here, it's been kind of it's been a little tense in our little group, and it's gotten to me. And you were the first person I saw, and I took it. I kind of took it all out on you, and I apologize. I promise I'm not just a mean person.
Your apology is accepted. Truthfully, whether you are or are not this mean person, it would have come that your soul have passed through the repository one way or another. Knowledge would have been learned.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Well, I guess we're kind of starting the process of helping out around here. But there was a man in the courtyard looking at a tablet. And I just didn't know exactly what it meant, but it did say something about it's not in this one, it's in the other one.
Is it book number 2?
Yeah, it's in notebook number 2. I did write it down. It said something about the lost words of Zoltharak. Does that sound like anything to you?
Lothrak is an old name, one I've not seen since I first started cataloging. Started from the oldest work to the most recent. It's easier to catalog.
Sure.
I could step away from cleaning these scrolls to perhaps assist in your search. So, with the help of Silvarian, Avi, make an investigation roll, but you may do so at advantage.
Okay. Well, that's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Good.
With your investigation, you are able to pour through the old books and scrolls, and as Brother Silvarian brings new ones that might be able to help in the knowledge, fill gaps, bridge areas in your mind, you put together that Zolthrak was an ancient elf, one who recorded history during the earliest eras of the War of Dominion, and perhaps even before. His greatest contribution to history was a book titled The Age of Starfall, Works of the Giants, which recorded the civilizations of giants predating the War of Dominion.
Oh, man.
Forgot how fascinating he was.
Sounds like a pretty smart guy.
He was just one of the many that found their ways here. As he looks about the library, carefully cultivated, not just any of the souls that pass through here and leave their remains. These are truly magnificent. Not that every soul doesn't have its own wealth of knowledge, but I would be lying if I did not say that there were some I appreciated more.
I understand that. Thank you for helping.
I can say the same to you.
If you have time soon before we leave, maybe you could talk to Thalandronis.
If I have time. Though, I worry.
No promises.
I worry that I already know what she is here for.
Even so, I think it would help her a little.
He nods. So, you have, Avi, a bit more information, at least on this Solthrak. And you still have that strange riddle that was left. A cryptic message from the wandering spirits room. Maybe you saw Cecil wandering off. Maybe he's found something to assist with the knowledge that you know. Sort of like how Silvarian bridged by bringing in more information. Might be a similar experience.
I'll start making back to the courtyard.
That's the disconnect.
Yeah. So, heading back to the courtyard, you would see where Cecil and Bracken are looking. Probably for you.
Oh, there she is. She's not lost.
Immediately stops panicking.
You thought I was lost.
We didn't know what happened.
Well, there's only so many places I could be.
Fair enough.
Where did you go, Avi?
I just went to talk to Silvarian. A few things. Set it up a little bit with that tablet thing, that riddle.
Ah.
Not a lot, but enough. maybe we can start putting things together. Y'all went off.
Yeah, everyone was kind of heated, and I just thought I should try and do something productive while everyone was calming down, which is also productive. So I sought out the Brother Lorindor, and Bracken ended up coming too.
And
There's a tree that's sick, and he wants to make medicine for it, called the Starshade Elixir, but he doesn't have the recipe. It's quote-unquote lost.
And he wants us to be like branch.
There was some branch talk. Anyway, he wants us to find it and bring it to him so he can heal the tree.
Hmm.
That's why Silvarian knows about it, because he went to talk to him because it might be in where all the scrolls are that we were before. It could be in the refractory. He doesn't really know where it is.
Alright. Well, I just bothered Solarian, so maybe we leave him alone for a while. We
Unless
haven't.
he's seen it.
Alright, but I just bothered him. And he, I just kind of dumped a bunch of greasy scrolls on his workstation.
That he was thankful to receive back, right?
Yeah, but he does have work that he's
Wow.
doing. So maybe there's still the refractory.
That's
We can
true.
go there.
What's a refractory?
You're not gonna like it.
I don't know.
I guess we can go check it out.
We'll find out together.
Now that's the thing I like hearing.
Do we need to have like a talk with all of us?
I'm good.
Are you?
Yeah?
Because you're looking pretty arrogant right now.
Oh, boy. Ooh.
I'm not deaf. I heard what y'all are talking about.
Well, I got nothing to say to that, but, I don't know what that means, honestly.
Okay.
That's a big word.
I think since I didn't participate, I would like to say my piece to at least you two.
Cecil will sit down to listen.
Bracken's listen.
Why are we here? We're here to find Varro, right?
That's right.
Why are we finding Varro?
So that the Watchers will help us.
Because the Watchers asked us to.
That's
And
right.
the Watchers can help us with our veil burns.
Right.
Or they say they can. Which, on the subject of our veil burns, I don't know if y'all remember, but, they could kill us.
Yeah, they could.
Mine messed me up pretty good.
I mean, a lot of things could.
I'm aware. I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Okay.
We're not going to let anything bad happen to any of us.
So maybe we just suck it up and help these people here.
Yeah. Might be the.
and then we can all get out of here together.
Sure.
We've still got a lot of work to do outside of this place.
We do.
And there's a lot of people counting on us and waiting for us.
There are.
So we can't let them down either.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
All right. Well, it looks like we're all on the same page then.
I hope we are.
So let's go find out what the heck a refractory is.
Let's do that.
Heck yeah.
The refectory.
Oh,
Bracken snickers every time Cecil says that.
let me make a little edit here.
As you enter back in through the Hall of Ancient Scrolls, you are able to find yourself in the candlelit refectory. You see the dining hall. There are tables adorned with many candles and floral arrangements, and a figure who's kind of running about, trying to set everything, but you can see that as much as he's setting everything up on the table, that there's a sense of, worry in him.
Hello?
Hello.
Do you need some help?
Yes, actually, I do. And the figure kind of comes forward, standing. He's a little shorter. Probably has some mixed heritage, or at least had in his life prior to the Arboretum. Yes, I am Eleanor, and I am the cook, and most of the time I'm able to help create these nourishing meals that aren't made with much to help keep us sufficient in what we are able to grow and provide. And well, I am in need of a rare ingredient. It's called moon bloom spice. I have run out of it. I am of no condition to go and get more of it. I am not much for the outdoorsy things. I just cook most often.
Hmm. Well, lucky for you, we have our cook and an outdoorsy person. So, I think we can help you out.
Oh, easy.
I've also been known to set a table or two, so if you need help with that.
You should see her clean an oven.
I can clean other things.
Right. But the ovens.
Ovens are kind of my specialty.
Everything you seem to say makes like a look of relief just pile more and more on this man's face. Yes, but first, the moonbloom. There is a blade deep in the arboretum, and it is there that it grows. I can provide for you a jar for you to collect and hold it until returning back, and then it can be processed, dried, made well for cooking.
Have you been to this glade before?
I never by myself. As I said, I am not outdoorsy, but the best that I can do is cut a few herbs.
So you could lead us straight to it.
Well, yes, theoretically, but I'd be much better at maybe drawing you a map.
That would be perfect.
Oh, a map would be perfect for me as well. And he
Show me
just
about
runs
it.
off.
Okay.
There is probably some outdoor anxiety there. As you are waiting for this figure to come back with a map, do you do anything here in the refectory?
I'll start poking around. We did say that we were looking for a recipe.
Yeah, looking for a
Seems
scroll.
seems like this would be a place for a recipe of some kind.
Go ahead, roll for me a investigation check.
Seeing as
Oh.
Bracken has had his cooking skills offered, he's going to assess the
It's not as in depth a kitchen as the Robinmere Manor is. And Avi, you find no scrolls.
Doing my best.
You're doing your best, but nothing out. Cecil, you find your way into the kitchen alongside Bracken. So that makes sense for recipes, and there are recipes here that you find, most of them bound in books, none of them seeming to say Starshade Elixir. But you do find with a 16 a very strange recipe for steak a la mode.
Bracket recipe.
Sounds like something working would eat.
So
Sorry, I made it to the kitchen, right?
yeah, that's where you found the recipe for the
Okay.
steak a la mode.
That's the only recipe in the whole kitchen?
No, that you don't find. You found many recipes. None of them said Starshade Elixir, but you did find the strange recipe with a 16.
That one particularly stands.
Yeah.
Got it.
That being, of course, the steak element.
Gross.
Outdoorsy folk, I have the map and the jar.
Oh, good.
And exiting out of the
That's
kitchen.
very hot cuisine.
Exiting out of the kitchen, you find where Eleanor has both a very amateur, though fairly accurate map from what you can tell, and then a jar. Kind of large. A little larger than Bracken's head.
Mm. And what does this spice look like?
Yes. In this form, it's you're getting the flowers for it, and the flowers are very circular petals, and they grow tightly together, almost looking like a full moon. And it has a bit of a glow to it, a small dim light that comes off of it. If it doesn't have that light, it is not good. Do not pick it.
Understood.
And then but that is really it. It can grow tall if it is older, or low if it's younger. It's beautiful, really. A lot of spices are.
Does it have a particular odor?
No, no. Lindblom spice seems to change its scent depending on who is nearby it. It is, as I said, magical. What it does, why it's able to help so many of us here on such little food, is that it anchors souls, brings them closer to wherever it is they reside, especially if they are not particularly from that domain in the first place.
Less than 30 seconds.
Can I look at the map? Does it appear useful?
Yeah. You have to turn it around a few times to. There's no like north or south or anything like that, so it's all based off of like land markers and
Oh, one of these guys. Okay.
yeah, he's not a cartographer. He's a cook.
Not much of anything, is it?
He's a great cook. He's made it this long.
Uh, can I just ask him any clarifying questions on what these landmarks are, just so that I'm crystal clear on what his intent is?
No.
Oh yeah, no. So the big rock, the big rock, it's a big rock.
Big
Mm.
rock.
You mother.
And I know that this isn't much more than just a line, but this is supposed to be us here in the Arboretum ruins. So you've got, of course, the refectory. There are the archives, the ancient hall.
And this small tree, is it just a small tree?
Oh, that's supposed to be the elder tree.
That's the elder tree. See?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Why is the elder
that's what I
tree
thought.
smaller than the big rock?
It's a really big rock.
Okay, so we have to go
Would that
past
not
the elder
make it
tree.
a hill or a mountain of some variety?
I'm not an artist, not with the pen and the
I'm
inks.
not asking.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
not
nobody
asking
asked,
that.
nobody asked you to be an artist.
It- I'm sure that the rock is not as big as the elder tree, but I tried to
Alright.
make the elder tree. And
All right. Well, you know what?
You drew
we're
the
gonna
rock
go-
first, didn't you?
we're-
Then you ran out of room.
it's a lot of things. I made the path for you, and I think it is a very good path.
and you're right.
Is it
This
made
is
out
great.
of granite? Is it made out of quartz? What
Oh
kind
my
of stone
goodness.
are we talking?
This is an amazing map, and we're gonna go and we're gonna find your flowers. Okay, we're gonna go.
To answer your question, it's a gray stone.
It's a gray stone. It's
Yeah.
a stone that's
Of
gray.
course it is. Come on, Bracken. Of course
Is
it is.
jagged? Is it like rounded? Is it rocky? What are we talking? Is it craggy?
It's as I have drawn it on the paper.
Okay, I'm looking at a big lump that looks like a piece of coal.
Yes, but gray. I do not have gray ink.
Ooh, Bracken's just gonna kind of like turn around and put his hands
Alright.
on his side and take just a deep breath.
Okay, I think it's about time that we start our journey. So
Yep.
we're gonna be back. We're gonna go find your moon bloom spice.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So, following the map, you
Quote unquote map.
he has anxieties with the outdoors and made a map. So
We have to go past the little tree, around the big rock, and through the
Yeah.
magical glade.
This Dora the Explorer map he's given us. Another famous play.
Mm.
That one's more of a series.
I think as we're walking by, I'd kind of hold out my hand to Natriana. Be like, please come with us.
Yeah. Natriana will look up and kind of look over to where everyone else is still on their own and be like, sure, alright.
I can't. Bracken's one of his moods, and
Oh, she'll lean in. Isn't he always in one of his moods?
yes, yeah, but it's just kind of extra prickly right now.
Hey, no, I got you. And she'll
Alright.
just give like a thumbs up. That's not going to mean trouble at all. So, why don't we get a survival check for you guys trying to follow this map?
I'd ask for advantage since we have a map, but not this map.
See, that's where the survival check is to handle the map.
Yeah, that's about right.
Bracken, what's going on through your mind as you got a 4 with your survival?
I'm looking at this map and shaking my damn head. I cannot believe that this is what we're working with to get flowers in the wilderness.
Well, Bracken seems to struggle. And you seem to have, when you picked up Natriana, Valendrana seemed to have wandered elsewhere, through the Arboretum. Avi and Cecil, you seem to, as soon as you kind of get a bit of an understanding, the map isn't entirely accurate, but it is accurate enough. You pass by the elder tree, you come across a big rock, and it is a big rock. You know, it seemed to have been part of the Arboretum at one point, but have fallen, and
Yeah,
become
he was right.
into disrepair.
He was right. That is pretty big.
Yeah, yeah. If that's big by your standards, it's probably huge by my standards.
Oh no, Cecil, you might be able to climb it. Make yourself king of the rock.
I bet you could climb it.
I'm gonna climb the elder tree.
But maybe after we find on our way back.
Do
We'll
a
see
they'd
sick
let
what
me?
we
backflip
can
off
do.
the elder tree.
Probably not. That seems like a pretty important tree. But I bet you could.
Bracken still had wings, he could just fly me up the tree, but no.
Well, if I had wings,
He had
I'd
to
be a
die.
Alright, that's still pretty.
He's fine
sore
now.
subject.
If I had wheels, I'd be a bicycle, but I don't have those either.
I mean,
Hell's
if
a
I'm
bicycle?
gonna.
you wanted wheels, I'm sure you could purchase them.
Mm-mm-mm.
I heard that they're starting to make shoes that have wheels attached to them.
You know, I
No.
heard that too.
You did.
Yeah.
I think
Where are
they'd
they
be pretty fun.
attached?
On the bottom.
Like, on the heel?
Some of them are.
Yeah, there's like 2 on the heels and 2 in the front by your toes.
Ah, I see.
How do you go uphill then?
Well, I don't know. I ain't never tried them, but I just heard about them.
I'm thinking with a lot of trouble.
Mm,
Maybe you gotta like walk on your hands to go up there.
could
I
be.
think you gotta duck walk it.
I think that we need to, when we get back to Wintervale, we need to make it a point to find some of these shoes with wheels. See if it's really true.
Cecil might know a person who can make that a reality. But as you fill the conversations with plans of returning and following this map, this is where we must take our first ad break. So stick around with us. We'll be right back to continue our story. But before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. Ads are a huge part of how we keep our games affordable here at Wildewitch RP. If you want to help us more directly, you can always make a donation to my Ko-fi. Link for that is on screen. Ko-fi donations not only help support us at Wildewitch RP, they also unlock awesome perks for our entire community, benefiting everyone who plays with us. And these benefits include special companions, double treasure, double XP, and even new quests. So, stick with us. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. I'm totally not talking about what stakes we are and are not. You guys are moving through, and you notice that the sort of ambient light that exists around the Arbitorium has begun to fade as you get deeper and deeper into the wilderness that grows around it. And as you are looking for the glade, following the map, I need... We're gonna make this perception checks. I'm gonna make perception checks here for you guys, please. Or I need you to make them for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's usually how
It's
this
very
works.
weirdly
Yeah.
worded.
Yeah, I know, which is why I had to go back.
Wait, no, you make it.
So,
Wait a minute.
in a minute. Yeah, no, as you guys are moving through, I don't seem to notice anything wrong more than, you know, the normal, areas that are different to your typical existences. And you come to a it's strange. There are ruins here, and there is a glow to them, but it comes from the ground, as you see that throughout all these ruins are these flowers that pop up.
I don't remember what he said.
They look like moons and they glow.
They glow. They got a little glow. If it doesn't glow, don't pick it.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
Got it.
If it ain't glowing,
We're going.
stop. Yeah, that's right.
If it ain't glowing, it's time to leave.
Lorcan taught me that about the red candle district.
Oh, did he now?
No.
You could get
Did you
Lorcan in
find-
trouble.
Did you find that one out by yourself? Is that what you're saying?
I prefer not to answer.
Please do.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm looking at the flower. Is it moon shaped?
It seems to be pretty moon-shaped.
Is it glowing?
The one that you are looking at glows, yes.
I pick it.
Great, can I get a nature check? Nature or survival?
That's a 9.
So as you go to pick it, you kind of like pull a little bit. And like you get like all the roots. It's not a clean snipping.
Can I use a dagger to cut it?
Well, it's already out now.
Yeah, but I don't want all the rooty parts.
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I cut the leaf off. I put it in the jar. How big is the jar compared to what I just put in there?
Very big. The jar is bigger than Bracken's head. And this is maybe about the size of a humanoid palm. A medium
Bracken's
sized.
got a big head.
Hey, you said it, sister.
Say-
It's because of his big giant brain that's
you-
inside
you
there.
saying I got a head like a jar?
I'm saying that your head is big because of your big giant smart brain.
Can I try and put the jar on Bracken's head?
I mean, I'd say your head is like a jar.
I don't appreciate all this jarhead talk.
I didn't lie.
Can I hold the jar up to Bracken's head to make an intelligence check to see if his head would fit?
No.
Yeah, go ahead, make an intelligence check.
That's a 6.
I mean, if you got enough butter or some other lubricant, I'm sure you could get in there.
I'm fresh out of both.
Let's see if I can find one of these flowers, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for more flowers.
The glade is full of them.
Alright, and just making sure that it's, glowing and that it looks like a full moon.
Yeah, I'll start cutting moon glowing flowers.
Yeah, I'll follow Cecil's lead and I'll use my dagger to help us along.
I just need to check something here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so scared.
This time.
Avi,
Yeah.
you would notice something here.
Okay.
There are animals watching you. Somewhat.
Okay.
They are blue in color, translucent, very ethereal, and they seem to watch you with an intelligence more befitting that of a humanoid rather than a beast.
Hmm.
And they just sit at the edges in between the different ruins, watching you, watching Cecil, watching Bracken and Natriana.
As I'm moving through and picking flowers, if I catch one looking my way, I'll kind of wave.
As you make eye contact with this creature,
Mm-hmm.
I need a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh. Is this, me being charmed?
It is not a charm effect.
Okay. That's 12.
You feel yourself grow small.
Mhm.
And you are now about the same size as a small creature. Maybe even smaller than that. As you feel your thoughts turn slower and become less distinct. And you, Avi,
Mm-hmm.
have turned into a rabbit.
I'm a bunny.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, I'm just start eating the flower that I've probably dropped.
Okay. Bracken, Cecil, Avi isn't where Avi was.
Did I see your change?
Not with a 12.
Avi's gone.
Got a 12
Somebody
passive.
took Avi again.
Look, if someone took Avi, we'd seen it.
Yeah?
Do I see the bunny?
Are you looking around actively?
Oh, yeah, now that we've realized that Avi's gone.
Yeah, I'd say you'd find it.
Oh, you speak with small beasts and tell the bunny to get out of here.
I'll turn and get out of here. Sad bunny eyes.
All you wanted was a snack.
Yeah.
Cecil goes back to cutting leaves while...
Wow. I don't know where I'm going, but it's out of here.
Maybe she just wandered off to cut more plants and there weren't any glowy ones over there.
I'm looking right at it. You're right next to it. They all look glowy.
Oh, they're all glowing?
Most all of them here glow.
Well, maybe she found a spot that she could get to a whole bunch without really moving around a whole lot.
Look, I don't think anyone stole her. I think you guys just lost her.
Happens more often than you think.
Wow, okay. I'll stop. I'll start actively searching. Are there any footprints from where Avi was leading away?
Roll me a survival check. See if you can pick up any tracks.
Was it 24?
Yeah. You see two medium-sized humanoid footprints. And then two small bunny feet right in front of it. And then a trail where a bunny ran off.
Can I make an intelligence check to figure out that she may have been turned into a rabbit?
Intelligence or insight?
Nope. No clue.
Yeah, just weird tracks.
I gotta go at this?
Yeah, sure. I'll say that you can see where Cecil's looking strangely at something. As Cecil explains the tracks to you, Bracken, obviously it seems that Avi had turned into a bunny and ran off.
Oh, look here. See? I got footprints, 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 rabbit print, rabbit print. So I went sideways.
So you think Avi changed herself into a rabbit for some reason?
I don't think she changed herself. I don't know if she can do that. If she can, she just got even scarier.
Avi,
Mm-hmm.
as you've been running,
Well, hopping.
yes, as you've been making your way away,
Mm-hmm.
the spirit that you had locked eyes with, another rabbit-type creature, more hair than rabbit,
Mm-hmm.
has been running alongside you, keeping pace with you.
It's nice.
And words filter into your mind. Not quite really language, impressions that translate themselves into meaning. Why do you run?
Dad told me to.
And do you listen?
He was bigger than me.
Many things are.
Probably could have squished me.
It is a potential. As is the potential for indifference.
I'll stop running.
The spirit stops as well. Right at your side.
Go back.
You can.
Is it smart?
It might be. I'm not here to monitor what he is or is not intelligent.
Why are you here?
I am a guardian. I show paths.
I'll kind of look around. Is there any like nice patches of something that looks yummy around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you look around, all the grass seems delectable. Some has clover buds in them, others seem to have what looks to be akin to buttercups, dandelions, all of it.
I kind of look back to where I came from. Mm. All this yummy stuff is right here, though.
It is.
I'm gonna just hop over and start snacking.
So, as Avi is snacking, Bracken, Cecil,
Yeah.
you guys are looking over these tracks.
Yes.
What do you do?
I start running in the direction that they were going, saying, Avi, come back, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Avi, please don't turn into something bigger than a rabbit and hurt us. We're sorry.
Cecil,
Yes.
as you run, I'm going to ask for a wisdom saving throw.
8.
You also feel yourself getting smaller.
Oh no.
You feel a extension of yourself as you get longer as well.
Oh no.
And Cecil,
Yeah?
you've become a squirrel.
Oh.
And you would notice in one of the branches nearby a larger squirrel, blue, translucent, looking down at you with a wisdom in its eyes.
I just kind of tilt my head and make squirrel noises.
All right, Cecil, we just gotta go. Cecil. Oh God. Oh no. They're getting everyone.
Natriana calls out, "Did you lose another person?"
I didn't lose anyone. They're just that's subjective.
Cecil.
Yes.
The squirrel spirit, as it looks down to you, you are collecting and holding. Create a hoard in your burrows. Again, it's not quite words, but impressions that translate into messages that you just innately understand.
It's for someone else.
As you say that, it is truly for someone else. You must find a way to hold on to them. Items that are not yours, kept too close, fester. One bad nut ruins the batch.
Well, they're not nuts. And they're going to be put to good use to help people.
Delusions is a safety net. Focus on what is now, so you do not have to focus on what was. Can be.
Did you turn me into a squirrel?
I offered you a viewpoint, one you are not accustomed to.
I'm used to being small. Maybe not this small, but pretty small. Thank you for the thing I didn't ask for. Can you change me back, please?
I have a duty to offer a path. It is you who must walk it and find what lies at the end.
I'd much prefer to walk in my own 2 feet. Is this a squirrel trial that you have here for me?
I do not choose your form. Whatever the spirits have in store for you have dictated this.
So to get turned back, I have to walk this path?
Walk, climb, however you wish to travel, whether it is on your own, with companions. There is learning that must be done, or you can return.
Pass? Is that an option? No thank you?
You have already taken from the grove. You must now abide by the rules of the spirits and gods.
Okay, where do I go?
The spirit looks towards the woods. And following the visual, you would see a hare and a rabbit. Not terribly close by. Near enough.
I'll prance on over there. Is that what squirrels do? Prance?
They do now. Bracken.
Yeah.
You and Natriana back and forth, as you oftentimes find yourselves. Can I have you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Fortunately, I'm really good at those. Big 12, I get by, right?
You find yourself shrinking, getting smaller, your arms starting to get a little worn as you become this squawking crow, and you're hovering with your wings in space, and Natriana, eyes wide. Bracken, just became a bird! And then you see where Natriana's form shifts, and the tiefling contorts until she stands there as a coyote.
Well, you're like a dog or something. I guess, or tweet, I'm a birdie too.
Yeah, go ahead, keep it up. I'm gonna bite you. And you can hear a growl.
Bracken remembers he can fly and just goes up into a tree.
As you go up into a tree, you see a similar translucent blue bird here, more akin to a hawk than a crow. And he just looks at you. Do you always plan to keep above your difficulties?
If I can, I will. Keeps it a little bit easier on me.
And then they will rise. You will always
All I gotta
have
do
to
is rise
be,
faster, right?
always have to be getting up. Not everyone can keep to such high altitudes.
Yeah. I just gotta stay ahead of them and I'll be good. Shouldn't be too tough.
Perhaps what you need is things to be a little tough. And the spirit will take large flaps of the wings and glide through to another tree, sort of gliding downwards, and you would be able to see in the distance a area where there is a rabbit, a squirrel, and where the coyote is moving towards.
So, question: what kind of bird is?
Your crow.
Oh, crow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You squawk.
Bracken will make his way over to the conglomeration of woodland critters.
So much as you've been able to kind of impart your thoughts to these spirits here, you feel that same connection to each other. Bracken, you've experienced it with Natriana, where you don't quite speak, but your feelings, your impressions, thoughts move between you. Avi, Cecil, how do you feel when a coyote is approaching you?
Not great. I start to burrow.
I climb a tree.
I'm not gonna hurt you guys.
Promise?
Yeah.
The little bunny eyes just kind of squint.
I could have hurt you guys a lot easier when I was full-sized.
Nuh-uh.
And you can kind of see where Natriana's body gets low to the ground. Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh. The bird just a little bit more.
Eyes narrow, you can kind of see the twitch of the lips.
Alright, that's not fair. You said you weren't gonna hurt me.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Well, you're acting like you're fixing to.
Well, the way that this body works.
Hey, listen, I was over here. I was by myself. I was just eating some of these flowers, and then everybody just started crowding me.
Yeah, because...
And all your teeth are in my face right now.
Yeah, well, Cecil and Bracken lost you, and if they hadn't lost you, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Well, they lose me quite often. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm sorry.
Just for fun and to antagonize, Bracken's going to dive bomb the coyote and pick back up the tree.
Go ahead. I want you to make for me a, I want you to make me a dexterity check, please.
Oh,
Ooh. That
Flies
is
into a window.
There's not even a window out here,
That's why it's so crazy.
right? Um, as you try and pull away, you feel a tug on your tail, as Nostriana's teeth have grabbed onto the feathers. Oh no, you don't!
It was just a joke. It was a prank. It was a social experiment.
And you can hear the growl. You're gonna stay down here and not fly away. You already lost Avi once. Now we gotta figure out. Does anyone know how to get out of these bodies?
I don't know. Avi has reached up and grabbed another flower and it started chewing.
A ghostly squirrel said we had to walk the path because we were taking things that don't belong to us, and there's rules to this place.
Every freaking magical glade has all these rules that you gotta. She'll, as Natriana grumbles, let go of Bracken's tail feathers.
You think that's why the cook didn't want to come out here?
Maybe. Maybe he got turned into something that's not cool.
He set us up.
Is everything a setup in your mind?
Look, all he did was give us a terrible map, tell us to go out here with no prior other, understanding or repercussions or anything like that, and all of a sudden we're all woodland critters.
Hold on, are you saying that you got turned into something cool, or that we all collectively got turned into something cool? Because I think I'm pretty cool.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you be cool? Maybe Bracken's not cool, but that's because it's Bracken.
Bracken's usually not very cool.
Ah! Making crow noises.
You're good at things, just sometimes you're not good at being cool.
Wow.
Hey, I heard y'all talking about honesty. If we want it, it can all come out.
Plenty.
I like being a bunny. I don't know.
I'm kind of
Do we all
feeling the
just want to
coyote.
retire as woodland critters and call it a day?
Yeah, you think Ron likes bunnies?
I don't know. I've not spent a lot of time with her.
I think I'll just live my life as a bunny, and she could adopt me and just take care of me.
How is she gonna ever find out where you are? I don't think we could stay here, Avi.
You know what? Okay, fine. You're right. You probably figure out how to change back.
I mean, once everything's done and over with, if you want to be permanently changed into a bunny rabbit, I'm very certain that there
Well,
will be
I
a way.
don't. Yeah, I'm sure. It was a thought, and you talked me out of it.
Just not talking you out of it, but like maybe later.
Listen, this unofficial stat block says that a bunny has a -4 to intelligence. So.
As you are talking over this, can everyone make for me perception checks? Now, I will remind you guys you have stat blocks of animals.
What is the...
I believe they don't have a crow, but they should have a raven.
Okay, I got a squirrel. You're looking for perception?
Perception, yeah.
I got 16. Oh, is this related to smell? It matters.
This is not related to smell.
All right.
I've got an ancient deep crow and a deep crow.
No.
That's
I need a raven for you.
Raven. Swarm of ravens? Champion of ravens.
No,
right?
no.
I'm cool. So standard raven act.
Just a singular raven.
So perception plus 3. So that's 5.
So it is Cecil. You see a sort of glow similar to the blue of the spirits that you no longer see around you. And it's deeper into the forest.
I think we have to go that way.
Okay.
Cool.
We'll start making his way.
Are you pointing in a certain direction?
Yeah, I'm gesturing with my tail.
Oh,
Oh, you don't want to use your stumpy little squirrel hands?
I'm
that's
standing on all 4 legs.
I don't know if Avi Bunny would think that you're pointing with the tail, so I'll pick a random direction and start hopping.
Did she pick the right direction?
Roll a d4, please, Avi.
You got it. That's a 3.
It is actually the complete opposite direction.
Wait, no! Not again, Avi, come back!
What?
Natriana will take a few lopes over as the biggest of the group, and Avi, you seem a little confused. Do you want to ride on my back?
Can I?
Yeah. And
Promise you won't bite me.
how can I bite you if you're on my back?
I don't know.
There was a story about a squirrel and a scorpion and a frog about that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't have a weird scorpion tail. I have a coyote tail. She starts to look at it and then start chase around in a circle. Wait.
Oh, boy, hold on.
So I'll get down so you can get on. Right.
I can hop.
Okay.
I'll hop up.
Alright. So, Avi gets on Natriana's back. And Natriana moves over to Cecil, looks down. Do you want to get on the back too?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Bracken, if you put your talons in my fur. Following after where Cecil has pointed, you find yourselves in another sort of moonlit glade. This one doesn't seem to have any of those moon blossoms. But there are statues here. Statues of different beasts. Some large, some small, some furry, some scaled. And as you all stand here, what do you see?
Where did that come from?
All around. It seemed to come an echo from each of the statues.
Flowers.
Our body's back.
Yeah. To be normal, not flowers. Although I do want flowers.
You have taken a shape based on your past, on habits and the spirits you've witnessed. You must address yourselves to find the way back. And as this happens, you see mirrors begin to appear on some of the statues.
Can I go look in a mirror?
As you approach a mirror, Cecil, you see for a moment the squirrel form that you've taken, but then there is a ripple and the mirror shows you as a gnome. But not as your reflection, it's as you are seeing yourself. Seeing the letters that you write. Seeing more letters being written. Piling. And it's just you there. You don't see signs of Avi or Bracken or any of your other friends. Just yourself and the letters.
Well, that's depressing.
Is it scary?
Mm. It's sad.
I'll hop down over to Amir.
Guys, Avi, you approach him there. You see again the bunny, and then a ripple, as it shows yourself. And you're running again. But you don't look as you used to. You seem to have those same features that have come since you've settled. And the area that you runs through reminds you more of Vale d'Umbra rather than Vale d'Immortalis. And you see yourself running across different planes of existence. Some you recognize from stories and books, and others you don't. You seem to have always some sort of shadow following after you, as if someone's trying to follow you. Perhaps trying to keep up.
I think I put my little paws up on the mirror. Stop that.
And the you in the mirror stops. And as Avi, you see yourself stop, you see a familiar figure of Ron moving in, embracing the reflection of you, and that's when you can feel yourself beginning to shed the fur from the rabbit form and sitting really on the ground in front of this mirror. You just see yourself. No vision. Just you.
I think I figured it out.
Bracken, do you approach a mirror?
Yeah, I will.
You come to a mirror, Bracken. And the crow form that you have is almost intrigued by the shine of the glass. But that intrigue fades as you now see yourself. You too are alone. Always moving from one problem. Keeping your head high. So you don't have to look at what you've left behind. You're climbing stairs. But you hear, sort of muffled through the glass, chaos. But it doesn't bother you. It can't reach you up here. Nothing can. You don't see signs of anyone besides yourself. No Cecil, no Avi, no Tammy. It's just you, Bracken.
Yeah.
Cecil,
Yeah.
you see that each of your friends has approached a mirror. And that Avi has shifted out of the rabbit form.
Had I heard anything that Avi had said?
You heard Avi speak, but you can't quite understand.
But I know that she said something, and then she changed back into herself.
Well, you had heard her say "stop it" as a rabbit, and what she said afterwards, you didn't quite understand. She's no longer an animal.
Then I will kind of sit up on my back legs and looking at myself and all the letters piling up, and I'll shout out, "Let go of the shame already and send one. There's no law against that."
As you speak to yourself, you watch where you pause in writing a letter. And you put it in the envelope. Put all the information that needs to. You go, leaving the room. Send a letter. And as you feel the shifting of the fur, the image fades, and Cecil, you are looking at yourself. No longer a squirrel.
The tail gone?
Tail gone.
Gah. Alright.
Bracken,
Yes.
you would notice Avi and Cecil have both shifted out. And they're no longer animals.
Hey, good for that. Bracken will stare extra hard at the mirror.
Yeah, it's definitely still there. Still a mirror.
Hmm. I'll look back at the group, then back at the mirror. Back at the group, mirror. Can't really talk to the group when they're all non-animals, huh?
I mean, you've got Natriana. She still seems to be a coyote sitting at her mirror.
You getting anything?
It's just a lot of things that I've already seen. Kind of.
I'm just seeing me right now. I don't.
It's just all this jump into conclusions. And I know I do that a lot, but I don't know what it's supposed to mean here.
I mean, looking out for number one's important, right? If I keep yourself up, you're gonna help others.
Well, I guess, but I'm really just trying to always look out for other people. Right now, it's Staleros, but I don't know. Javi's kind of cool. You all are, though. You can be in suffering.
Yeah, well.
I guess there's more to people and more to situations than just what is, what's seen. And as she says that, Natriana changes, and she's sitting cross-legged in front of her mirror in the golden tiefling that she was before.
Oh, well, hell. She got it. Sometimes it's good to look at for others or ask for help.
Roll a persuasion check, please.
Is that with my charisma mod as a crow?
I'll say it's your normal charisma mod.
Okay. Persuade.
Don't know if you're trying to persuade spirits, a mirror, yourself.
A good deed done is a good deed earned.
It's still feathers and beaks for you. And we'll come back to Bracken trying to figure this out after our next ad break. So, stick around with us. We'll be right back to continue our story, but we'll see you all very shortly. Ads really help us out here. They keep our games affordable, but you can always make a direct donation to my Ko-fi. Link for that is on screen. Ko-fi donations not only help your GM and their much-needed caffeine, they also unlock awesome perks for our entire community. Perks include special companions, double treasure, and double XP, but you can find the full list over on our Discord. So stick around with us. We'll be right back. And we're back. And Avi, Cecil, Natriana are no longer animals. So it seems that Bracken still is, as he stares at his mirror.
I don't know. Always bring a towel to the beach.
Do we just hear bird noises?
Yeah, you just hear the crow squawing.
Cecil's gonna go sit next to the mirror that he's standing in front of. So I don't want to see in the mirror, but I'm looking at Bracken. Or Draven.
I'll follow, just for support.
Bracken will kind of look at the two and then tap his beak on the mirror to suggest that it's broken.
Can I insight check
Yeah, same.
the bird?
Yeah, sure, roll an insight check.
Nope.
Avi, definitely Bracken seems to have some issue with the mirror. You don't get a full translation because he can't speak bird. But he definitely seems to have some issue. Cecil, maybe he just likes the way that it sounds.
I use speak with small beasts. And I will communicate. Tell yourself what you need to hear. Is that a simple idea?
Yeah, I'll say like the baseline of it is simple. Like the underlying background is not, but
Talk to you.
Avi will just kind of look at him and hold eye contact and put her hand on her heart.
Don't threaten him.
Maybe
I'm
my
not.
cooking could use
Okay.
some work.
I point where Avi's pointing at her heart. Then I point at him.
If I get this wrong too many times, Avi's gonna take my heart out.
you don't sense any sort of maliciousness from Avi currently.
That's why it's so scary. Deep down, I know.
What? My goodness. You tried to be nice to everybody.
You can't always look out for number one.
Roll a persuasion check. Not quite enough to break the hold of whatever magic is going on here. But you would see where the reflective you sort of stops, pauses, and some of that chaos quiets. You can pick out different voices. You hear Terraminder. You hear Avi, Cecil, Lorcan, Ansel. You hear your friends, all in the chaos below you.
You gotta look out for those you care for.
As the message kind of comes from your heart, maybe a bit reluctantly, watch as the other you turns down those stairs, and you feel the feathers. You lose your wings, but they weren't quite the same as what you had before anyway. Bracken, you were looking at yourself, seeing you in the mirror.
Alright, we got it.
You have a little trouble there, but
From here, you can see that the path back to the glade is not as long as you remembered it as a animal. It's a few steps to reach where the moon blossoms live.
Do we see the jar?
Yeah.
I guess we gotta keep filling that jar.
We had it pretty full, yeah?
You had it somewhat filled, but you
Okay.
would notice that when you return to it, it is full.
We did it.
We sure did. Can we go back now?
Hip hip. Yeah, we can go.
Alright, back to the big rock.
You make it back, and returning to the courtyard, you can return to the main portion, return to the refectory, and Eleanor is there. Oh, please tell me you found it.
Yeah, we found it.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And he'll take the jar. Now I must get these dried out so that I can grind them down into their spice form.
Or, did you know that we might have a little bit of trouble getting this?
Trouble?
Yeah, but just, you know.
Anything you wanted to tell us before we left?
I've never had trouble, except my allergies are horrible, and I'm very weak in the knees and the ankles, and
No insight.
yeah, go ahead, roll an insight check.
Come on. 28. Is he lying?
He doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay. It's just a curiosity. It's fine.
I'm terribly sorry if you ran into any troubles.
Oh, no. Everything's fine.
Depending on if you will be here for much longer, you are welcome to dinner.
Thank you. You need any other setting the table, doing anything else in here?
I am fine. Though I know that there's trouble with the Stargazer.
The stargazer. We talked about that, yeah?
There is a stairwell all the way up. You'll find the Stargazer's cell.
Alright. Well, we'll check that out.
So, taking the path all the way up, a spiral staircase leads to a secluded observatory. There are telescopes. Strange because this place is disjointed. Your entrance was underground. It makes for any sort of celestial observation a bit strange in your mind, but perhaps due to its existence between realms, it may function differently. You see that there are mystical symbols and charts revealing movements of the heavens that almost seem to shift with them down here. There are two figures. both of them seeming to work together quietly as you approach.
I'll kind of clear my throat.
Sort of figure looks up, adjusts his glasses. Oh, yes.
Hi there.
Hello. Did you have a message for me or question?
Well, I guess a question. We heard that y'all are having some trouble up here.
Ah, yes. Lorenda and I were trying to decipher these celestial patterns. They recently appeared in the sky.
Mm. Are you saying that they're new?
They were not there previously. Yes.
Well, that is strange.
I believe that they are some cosmic message. And Lorendra, one could decide that it is a omen of sorts to provide guidance or warn of some impending danger.
When did they appear?
Recently, but days and times are quite strange here, but it's not been so long.
And y'all are trying to decipher what it means?
Yes.
Hey. Is there anything we can do to help?
Well, if you are familiar with the recording of celestial phenomena, or with interpreting the stars for any sort of divinations, or if you are just particularly apt in researching, perhaps put your efforts and abilities to use.
I mean, I've researched a thing or two before. Spend a lot of time looking at the sky at night. I don't know if that helps. But I can certainly try.
Yeah, we'll help. I'll help Avi help you.
Oh.
And I'll help Cecil help Avi help you.
Good.
Charm. Well, let's not waste any time. More time that we don't understand what's happening here, the more time that we are losing out if this is some sort of omen of danger.
You're right.
And as he shows you what it is a star map. Star charts. You have many that are present here at the table that they've been looking over. Some seem to be of the same areas, but they show different star placements. Then you have the ones that have the new stars. And it's just a lot of numbers and dots and areas along the lines of the map. And I'm gonna ask for you to make checks of your choice. Try and figure this out.
mean, what is it? The star frame, if not a map. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 23 survival.
Bracken,
Yeah.
just a bunch of dots, just a bunch of numbers and lines. Not really making
Bracken
much.
will nod like he's picking up on something and really like getting into it. And he's gonna wait for someone else to say something before he occurs.
Okay. Avi and Cecil, however, it's strange. These almost seem to be clustered in a way that make for images, different constellations that are not terribly unfamiliar. Maybe if you take the constellations that you've spotted and bring them down to the Hall of Ancient Scrolls, maybe you'll be able to find some meanings to them, put together an actual deciphering.
Well, so far, a lot of our tasks involve going back to the Hall of Ancient Scrolls.
It is a plentiful resource for information. The astronomer will say.
Well, yes, of course. It's just that, we kind of started off in there and on a really bad foot and just kind of been bothering them a lot. So we're waiting until we had, enough time passed and we had enough, more than one thing take to them, I think. Now it's that time, though.
So you head back down.
Yeah.
And you make your way back to the Hall of Ancient Scrolls to perhaps ask Silvarian once more for some aid. I think that'll be a great place for us to pick up next week.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
thank you to our players for playing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you all enjoyed this as well. See you guys in the next stream, but until then, head over to wildewitch.com, check us out there. Join us in our Discord to jump into a couple of games yourselves, and of course, as always, may the ever-burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.